Courage and the ultimate sacrifice in Ukraine. In the face of hardship, courage and the ultimate sacrifice are frequently linked. Nowhere is this more evident than in Ukraine. In the face of protracted hostilities and geopolitical unrest, the nation's citizens have shown incredible fortitude in upholding their principles and sovereignty. Here, bravery is demonstrated not just in combat, but also in daily life, as civilians face uncertainty head-on and with resiliency and tenacity. The ultimate sacrifice has regrettably become commonplace in Ukraine. The price of fighting up for freedom and independence is painfully obvious, as seen by the suffering endured by citizens in war-torn cities and by soldiers guarding their borders against foreign incursions. Families grieve the loss of departed loved ones who exemplified the greatest depths of sacrifice by giving their life for a cause greater than themselves. Nevertheless, examples of bravery, people overcoming fear to save others, communities come together to offer support in the midst of disaster, voices raised in opposition to injustice appear among this background of struggle and grief. These deeds highlight the persistent bravery of Ukraine, where the fight for independence elevates common people to extraordinary status as resilient role models. This story combines bravery and selflessness to provide a compelling illustration of the human spirit's capacity for perseverance and hope. The tale of Ukraine is one of bravery in the face of hardship, where every bold deed, no matter how tiny, adds to a greater fabric of resiliency and will to pursue a better future. 1. Bravery and the greatest sacrifice. Ukrainians' tenacity in the face of war. With its rich cultural legacy and extensive historical roots, Ukraine is at a pivotal point in current times that will require great bravery and selflessness. Ukraine's territorial integrity has been severely tested since the conflict began in 2014, but its people have shown incredible fortitude and unshakable resolve. This era has shed light on the country's struggle for sovereignty and highlighted the amazing bravery of those who have given their all to protect their liberties and beliefs. The story of Ukraine is one of perseverance in the face of hardship, where every brave deed adds to a greater tale of the country's fortitude and its quest for a safe future. The perseverance that characterizes the Ukrainian people in the face of adversity is demonstrated by their dedication to their culture and their readiness to put up with hardship for the benefit of society. 2. The demand to protect our country. The outbreak of violence sent shockwaves around Ukraine, inspiring its people to defend their way of life as well as their land. Ordinary residents mobilized, taking up arms, enlisting in the military, or volunteering in defense formations, from busy urban centers to sleepy rural villages. They had one very clear goal in mind: to protect their families, communities, and national sovereignty. This coordinated reaction demonstrated a strong commitment to defending their country from outside threats, bringing Ukrainians from all backgrounds together in a common goal during trying circumstances. They were united in their determination to face hardship head-on, and their spirit of fortitude and solidarity was evident. Every person's effort, whether in the front lines or providing cover from behind, highlighted a shared resolve to protect the integrity of their country and guarantee a future freed from the threat of aggression. Their deeds in the face of uncertainty revealed the resilience of unity and the unbreakable link that unites them as protectors of their country. 3. Bravery of soldiers in the front lines. The bravery exhibited by Ukrainian soldiers serving in the front lines is truly remarkable. They deal with the brutal reality of combat every day: ambush danger, sniper fire, and shelling. However, they remain steadfast, bolstered by a sense of obligation and a profound conviction in the righteousness of their cause. Many of these troops are regular citizens who have volunteered to bravely and resolutely protect their country instead of being career military personnel. Their gallantry goes beyond what they would do in combat. It includes having the moral strength to defend democratic and human rights ideals in the face of assault. Ukrainian military traverse dangerous streets and hazardous situations in places like Donetsk and Mariupol, where urban warfare has become a sobering reality in order to protect residents and uphold order among chaos. 4. The resilience of civilians during adversity. While soldiers in Ukraine engage in direct combat, residents of places such as Kyiv and Kharkiv demonstrate incredible fortitude in the face of extreme adversity. Once thriving centers of trade and culture, these urban areas are now on the front lines of a conflict that is destroying lives and livelihoods. People continue to rebuild their communities in spite of the devastation, frequently putting their own safety in danger. Ukrainian citizens' daily actions of defiance against hopelessness and terror demonstrate their bravery. They offer consolation and support in these difficult times, exhibiting sympathy with people who have lost something. They demonstrate resiliency and solidarity in the face of hardship, whether they are housed in subterranean bunkers or temporary shelters. This fosters a sense of community that transcends the devastation of war. 5. The human price of war. Sadly, a significant number of lives have been lost and futures have been destroyed as a result of the crisis in Ukraine. Every victim, military or civilian, represents a significant loss to their communities and families. However, their sacrifice is not insignificant. Rather, it is evidence of their great bravery and level of dedication. In the annals of Ukrainian history, the names of deceased soldiers and citizens are carved. Their testimonies serve as a sobering reminder of the cost of freedom and the courage needed to defend it. In order to preserve these heroes' memories in the hearts and minds of future generations, memorials and ceremonies have been built all around Ukraine in their honor. 6. Global cooperation and assistance. The bravery exhibited by Ukrainians has struck a chord around the world, inspiring nations to show solidarity by providing military, financial, and humanitarian support. The universal values of democracy, sovereignty, and human rights that underpin Ukraine's fight are emphasized by this international response. The outpouring of solidarity emphasizes the significance of international collaboration and togetherness during times of crisis, and indicates a collective resolve to defend these ideals and stand with Ukraine against foreign threats. The nation's unity highlights a common commitment to upholding fundamental rights and fostering stability, providing a ray of hope in the face of hardship. It represents an international acknowledgement of Ukraine's sovereignty and people's tenacity, encouraging a fresh dedication to international standards and ideals in the face of modern difficulties. 7. Hope despite misfortune. Ukrainians have endured great suffering, yet they never give up hope for a better future. Their hope that their sacrifices will open the door for enduring peace and stability is what drives their resilience. This hope is based on their incredibly strong resilience, which was developed via surviving hardship and strengthened by support from throughout the world. It represents an unwavering resolve to endure hardships while fostering a spirit of solidarity and fortitude in the face of difficulty. The everlasting optimism of Ukrainians is a monument to their bravery and tenacity, encouraging others to persevere in the hope of a brighter tomorrow. It demonstrates a cross-border collective resilience that highlights the continuing strength of hope and solidarity to triumph over even the most difficult situations. 8. Humanity's lessons. People can learn a lot from the bravery and selflessness of Ukrainians. They show the continuing strength of bravery in the face of difficulty and emphasize how crucial it is to preserve democratic and just values. Their example exhorts us to oppose injustice wherever it arises, and to show our support for those working for a more equitable and tranquil society. The tenacity of Ukrainians motivate people to unite in the face of variety, stand up for core principles, and fight for a time when everyone can live in freedom and dignity. Their steadfastness in the face of adversity acts as a ray of hope, inspiring international efforts to protect human rights and aid communities in their quest for equality and justice. 9. In summary, the resilience of a nation. The continuous battle of Ukraine for stability and sovereignty is replete with inspiring tales of bravery and selflessness. Every sacrifice made by the country, from soldiers guarding borders against assault to citizens facing the brutal realities of war, demonstrates its unflinching resolve. The fortitude and tenacity of the human spirit are poignantly reminded by the daily acts of bravery displayed on the front lines and in civilian life. Communities of Ukrainians come together in the face of misfortune, exhibiting fortitude and camaraderie. Ukraine's people, who emphasize the universal principles of justice and freedom, continue to inspire hope and solidarity throughout the world as they traverse these difficult times. Their sacrifices, which will live on in the pages of history, are a living example of the nation's unwavering resolve to overcome all obstacles in order to create a better future. The backing of the world community highlights the gravity of Ukraine's battle and emphasizes the need for group action in upholding essential values. Ukrainians are a people who, by their tenacity and resolve, exemplify a spirit that knows no boundaries. They are a formidable example of bravery and solidarity in the fight for justice and peace for all. Let us know in the comments what you think about the courage and ultimate sacrifice in Ukraine, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.